Okay, so can you take me through the whole Doom storyline? Like, I am so confused as to what happens. I mean, you finally told me that he's the same guy, so I just wanted to know. Take me through the storyline, starting with the first Doom in '93, right? Starting from the first Doom to this last one in 2021. Take me through the storyline of Doom Guy, Doom Slayer, Eternal.
All right. Let's get back, get relaxed.
Oh no! Oh my god! I need to be in my PJs and slippers for this.
Because I should have brought some water with me because this is a.
Oh no! My chair's not comfortable enough for this. I feel like I need to lay down.
You see, that's why I'm comfortable. I'm just relaxing because here.
Oh god, this sounds long, you guys. Go. I don't know.
So Doom 1, the one that started it all. The way it started was that our humble Doom guy, he started very simply because one of his superiors was harming civilians.
Didn't it take place on Mars or something?
Some planet?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm trying to rush the storyline here.
Oh, no. This is storyline. This is story time.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Okay, guys. Buckle in.
Oh, yeah. Buckle in because we're going to start it with a humble Marine. This humble Marine defended against his supervisor through the supervisor's own overzealous actions. And so our humble Marine, he was punished for defending himself, and he was sent to Mars.
But what was his supervisor doing?
The supervisor was committing war crimes against civilians.
Ooh.
And a very long and summary, committing war crimes.
Interesting.
And so he was punished for sending him to the moons of Mars. And so what's going on with the moons of Mars?
I want to be punished like that.
Well then, that's a reveal. Let me write that down.
I would love it. A moon trip and Mars trip.
Ooh, a little trip with the devil's lettuce, I see. And so what was going on was that there is a evil corporation called UFC. And so they were conducting, and not the fighting. And so
maybe they are evil.
Maybe. And so what's going on was that UFC, they were experimenting with portal technology. And so what happened? Surprise! A surprise, they opened a portal to hell. And so what happens when you open a portal to hell?
I find it interesting that the portal to hell is on Mars.
We all had that same feeling.
That is very interesting, and I wonder what the reasoning behind that is.
Mars,
like, why Mars?
Hell, they're both red.
The red color goes along with it.
Exactly.
The red, that's the reason. That's the reason, you guys, why there's a portal to hell on Mars.
Because they're both red.
Because they're both red.
And so stuff happens. He goes through both. So he fights demon invasions on the UFC colonies, and then it ends up with him fighting a cyber demon, and that's
a cyber demon.
Yes.
How did demons become cyber? Oh, because it's an alien demon. Because the portal to hell is on Mars.
Surprise! The portal to hell on Mars, therefore, cyber demons. Well, that is the topic for once we get to the 2016.
Yeah.
But so it opens with our humble Doom guy leaving hell to be able to go back to his family. But
he's got a family. Doom guy has a family. I didn't know this.
Yes. And so then we're getting to the tragic part in that Doom guy, he left the portal open.
Wait, pause for a second. Doesn't he have a bunny?
We're getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
And
I'm
so
not there yet.
and
I
so
remember
then-
reading that, and I remember thinking it's a very John Wick situation.
It is a very drama situation. Because, so, he was exiting hell. He was a happy man. But the portal to hell was still open. And so, when he got back, his family was killed. And worse off, they killed his buddy.
It's so funny because everybody talks about the bunny and not the family.
Well, yeah, it's a bunny.
It's a bunny.
It's a bunny. Bunnies don't become dictators, they're just bunnies. And so then comes Doom 2.
Oh my God, that was just only Doom 1? Wow. You guys, we will be here for a long time.
I was not kidding when I said it's very convoluted.
Okay, what's Doom 2?
Doom 2 is actually fairly straightforward. Earth itself is being invaded by demons. And so
So was he able to close the portal on Mars at the end of Doom 1?
we're getting to that.
Oh, okay.
And
I always jump ahead.
And so what's going on is that so demons are invading Earth. And so some of the Earth's population was able to escape through ships that are in orbit right now. And so you have a bunch of people who are on these ships. And
What year is this supposed to take place?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that answers my question perfectly.
Yeah, the answer is yes. And so what was going on was that you had these ships, and so in order to keep the demons from reaching the ships, he had to shut down portals to help them that are on Earth. And so stuff
Plausible.
happens. You got to close these portals, and so he ends up fighting. He ends up fighting a gigantic demon called the Icon of Sin.
The what?
The Icon of Sin.
Icon of Sin. That definitely sounds like a UFC fighter name.
And so, the Icon of Sin, fun fact, is that there's a hilarious Easter egg. Because if you navigate your way through the fight, do you know who is at the center of the brain of the Icon of Sin?
No.
The original director of Doom, his name is Romero. And so his head...
They made his head
Is it
the
man-
center of the Icon of Sin?
And so you're able to go inside, and the way you won was that you just
How is
punched
this
the
not a
head.
lawsuit?
But why? Because he made the game, so of course, of course. And so the hard thing is that you punch the head. You punch his head to win,
Oh my God.
and it's the funniest.
That's hilarious. I definitely need to see a clip of that.
Yeah, and so then comes Doom. And so then comes Doom 64. It's probably the lesser known of the Doom games.
Mm-hmm.
And so with Doom 64, stuff happens, blah, 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 blah. But here's the important part, is that Doom guy is stranded in hell.
He's stranded in hell. Is this where he becomes Doomslayer?
I'm getting to that.
Oh, shoot.
And so here comes some lore from Doom Eternal. So our humble Doom guy, very, very humble guy who all he did was lose his bunny. So he is stranded in hell. And so while stranded in hell, he is picked up by this extra-dimensional race of super warriors.
Whoa. Evil or good?
Good. Well, questionably good, mostly good.
Mostly good.
Questionably good, but mostly good.
Race warriors. Alien race warriors.
Extra-dimensional.
Interdimensional.
Yeah,
Intergalactic. Planetary.
Interdimensional warriors, whose whole thing is they go across dimensions conquering stuff. And so what was going on was that they were ruled by another race, very very peacefully though, by called the Makers. And so the Makers, they had an issue where they lived for thousands to millions of years, but they go through a process where as they age, their appearance changes and it becomes uglier, and they start losing their minds and powers.
Isn't that normal aging?
Yes, but they're terrified of it.
Isn't that normal too? For humans?
Yes, it is, but not for space aliens. And so, what was going on was that when they found our humble Doom guy, the Makers asked where it came from, and so they found out about hell.
Mm-hmm.
And so what ended up happening was that demons started invading Doom Guy's new home. And so this war was lasting on for
Wow.
countless years.
Like how many? It's been 30 years of him fighting demons from hell.
Yeah, because in that period of time, relative time, it's been kind of like that. It's almost well over a century. He's been fighting
I
demons.
felt like him going in the coffin was kind of his retirement finally.
Oh, we're getting.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there.
and so what ended up happening, oddly though, was that they started to gradually lose the war, but then our humble Doom guy, he was then put into a machine by a being called a seraphim. Kind of an angel, but they're more like godly.
So he's a seraphim, the Doom guy?
Nope, he's not.
Not yet.
He's just some bro.
He's a bro. He's totally bro.
He's a bro.
That's why we don't know his name. That's why he's
Yeah,
Doom
he's-
guy,
yeah,
Doom Slayer.
Because he's a bro
He's
who
a
got
bro.
superpowers. Because
Yeah.
even before...
I actually really love that we don't know his name. I
Well, we know his
love
name.
that they didn't give him a name.
Well, he
Like just
technically
Doom
has
guy.
two names. He was given in the past. So in the comic books, his name was Blaskowitz.
Was what?
Blaskowitz.
Blaskowitz.
And so he was
Sounds like a
related
deli.
to the main character of the original Wolfenstein games. But that's questionably canon. And so, but getting back to the story time, what was going on was that major war, and so even before he was given powers, he was already starting to kick some demon hide. and so he was given all kinds of accolades. Then he was put into the machine. That machine it's called the divination machine.
Ooh.
And so that gave him all kinds of powers. And so he single-handedly started pushing back hell itself.
What kind of powers did this divination machine give him?
Rage.
Rage. As if he didn't need more rage.
He became the angriest person in gaming history. But because of his anger, it basically gave him unlimited energy.
Nice.
Take the
Nice.
Hulk, but give him a gun.
Nice. Wow.
And so he ended up single-handedly killing skyscraper-sized demons.
Wow.
But then he was betrayed.
Who betrayed him?
Someone from his new home. And so that guy betrayed his entire race. And so all their warriors were all trapped in hell. And so the new home crumbled.
Wow.
And so what ended up happening was that Doom Guy was stuck in hell for approximately thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
And those thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years. He was
So Doom Guy is immortal.
effectively immortal. Because of the divination machine, he became immortal.
Wow. Okay.
And so because of that, he was actually winning against Hell's forces.
So we're going to have Doom games for another
Yeah.
100, 200,
Yeah.
300, 400 years, guys.
And so then he was put into a coffin. somehow because reasons. And so then in comes Doom 2016. Doom 2016, same plot as Doom 1, where someone opens a portal to hell, but this time because of energy demands. And so hell invades. And so Doom guy fights back the invasion, stranded in hell, again, because of Samuel Hayden, who is one of the main characters of Doom 2016.
Oh, cool.
And so in comes Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal, hell invades Earth. He has to kill hell priests in order to stop the invasion. And so this time he succeeds. And so in the DLCs, he fights the creator of hell.
Oh, wow.
And so he ends up winning. And
So it's not Satan,
and so
the creator of hell? It's someone
it's
else?
very complicated.
Oh,
that's
wow.
For that's for a different podcast. Because that's super complicated.
I'm telling you, you need a college course on Doom
Yeah.
to
And so
go through the storyline and everything that's happened.
to wrap it up, that is when he is put into that
The
casket.
coffin.
Yeah. And so
So, I mean, he kind of can't really die. He's immortal. So the casket's just kind of his retirement in a little
until he is needed again.
bit, which is the newest Doom now.
The newest Doom, that takes place. So remember how I told you about how he came from that dimension?
Yeah.
So that is based on his adventures in that dimension. So that in his now new home.
Oh, so that's why they could do the medieval theme, and the
Exactly.
dragons, and
Yeah, because that's in his new home.
the metal music. I can't, I'm not a big metalhead, but that music,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so guys, as we about to say,